The first semifinal of two right here in San Mateo Gymnasium on the campus of Bishop Gorman High School, home of the Crusaders. It's a matchup that some would say, myself and my broadcast partner for pretty much the entire day, and much welcome broadcast partner, Coach Bright, think could be probably the game of the night.
It could be the game of the tournament.
Oh yeah, for sure. Let's find out, shall we? It's the Lady Eagles of Tatum High taking on the Lady Wildcats of Emory Raines High School. Happy once again to have you aboard for semifinal action. Fresh 8 minutes are on the board. On the floor, it is going to be starting for the Tatum Eagles. It's going to be Harris and Halton. Harris, notably, with that knee injury earlier in the tournament, she seems to be okay. Scott at the 5, Hooker, Bradley, and Halton. On the floor for the Raines Lady Wildcats is Piles, Phillips, Thompson, and Kilgore. Here we go. Clock stops, and we have an immediate jump ball. Possession arrow is going towards the Lady Wildcats, and this is how they'll get their first possession going. They're going from left to right on your respective device, and they're all white tops and bottoms with thin blue trim. Raines in plain lettering with royal blue numerals as well. As Scott tries to save it, and she does right in front of the Tatum bench. Hooker passes to the left side. Driving is going to be Harris, and it goes out of bounds. And it's already becoming a track meet, Coach. Exactly what we thought it would be.
Exactly. Both teams are very fast in transition back and forth. They're saying out on
Tatum. Okay, I was at the pause for a minute because I got confused as they were rolling in. And now it's over to J.C. Phillips. Phillips turns the corner, sails it out of bounds. A little bit too much mustard on that one. It'll be a turnover, and Tatum will get the basketball right back.
Yeah, she's trying to get it to her sister Jazzy. It just went too much for it.
We haven't even played 30 seconds yet.
They're saying it was out on Tatum.
Oh, all right. Okay.
They must be seeing something I'm not, Coach.
I don't know. Maybe both of us must have missed something. 7:26 and counting. They get it down low, skip to the opposite side. Great ball moving in and almost finishing it. And a huge ripping board brought down by Scott.
That's what she does. She gets the board. No, nice defense there.
Offensive foul is called. Coach, what do you say?
She was set. I think there's a little bit of acting there, but she was definitely set.
Let's go in and take another look while we can. I don't know. That right shoulder might have been shifting over just a tad bit. Don't know if it was enough to truly overturn the call, though. Either way, it's going to be Raines' ball.
Anticipating the contact.
7 minutes and counting. And a game we're hoping is going to be all is lived up to be in the semifinal. Now stepping back. Follow-away jumper for J.C. Phillips. Nobody home. Rebounded by Bradley. Bradley going the other way with a 6:44. Sky pass is stolen away as Hooker wasn't able to corral in and get the lay-in. 6:38 left to go. On the run, it's going to be under the basket for Kilgore, and it'll be out of bounds. However, possession will stay with Raines.
Both teams need to slow down a little bit, it looks like. Both teams playing a little bit under control. Out of control a little bit. Trying to push the issue.
I mean, this is, honestly, I think this is just what happens when you have two extremely fast-paced teams. No one really just knows what to do. They just go. And when the other team goes just as much as you do, is Bradley has that pass picked off, intended for Harris. Going the other way with a swing to the left side. Open three, no good. Rebound hauled in by Scott, falling away and gets it to Harris. Harris now, 6:15 and counting. Gets reached across by J.C. Phillips with no foul call. Harris looking over to the sideline, looking at the coaching staff and the Tatum bench. Now they get it over to Hooker. Now is Bradley. Bradley directing traffic calls for the Harris screen. Cuts across, goes up. A lot of contact, no foul call though. Rebound brought down by Jazzy Phillips. Phillips across the middle of the floor. Immediately picked up by Halton. Corner open. Kilgore. Back iron, no good. 1-on-3 rebound situation. And Harris almost finds a way as she gets out of bounds. Possession Tatum. Harris stayed with it. She was outnumbered 1-3 and still found a way to get Tatum possession back.
Well, she tipped it back in and it went off the Raines Lady Cat's leg out of bounds. A great play by Harris. This is the one that you got to look out for if you're Tatum, and that's Fawcett coming in.
Here's Hooker. Hooker the dribble handoff. Get it to Tatum. Reverse dribble handoff. Now both back-to-back handoffs that weren't the cleanest in the world. Now with it is Bradley stepping back. Clock resets, and of course it's Filson coming back in with the mask. There, Rip Hamilton. Now 5-second count's going to get called. Turnover as Tatum gives up possession. Filson just got on the floor and is already forcing a turnover on that 5-second call.
That's what I was saying. She's a playmaker. She can change the game in a hurry.
Well, maybe no 5-second call. Hooker sidesteps, fires for three. A little bit too much on that one. Rebound's going to get brought down and getting it out as Piles.
I think they actually called a jump ball on that last play.
Yeah, I saw the two hands go up in the open palms. I didn't see two thumbs go up. As Phillips gets down low, what a pass to Filson. Filson goes through and draws the foul. We played almost 3 minutes of basketball here in the semifinal, and we don't have a single point.
No, and both teams scored over 60 in their previous games.
Putting up football scores, now neither team can buy a basket if they sold it at the concession stand.
Now it looks like a Cowboy score.
First free throw is good for Filson. Since 9 a.m., coach has been rolling.
Just speak the truth, Coach.
Second free throw from Filson is good. Now a perfect trip to the line makes it 2-0. Bounce passes over to Hooker. Now here's that 1-2-2 trap. Hooker, football pass to Bradley. It's caught into the end zone. No touchdown for Tatum. And a missed layup instead for their troubles. 4:57 left to go. Hooker had a lot of zip on that thing. Good night, nerves. Quick substitution now as Piles will check back in. Piles is going to check in for J.C. Phillips, the sophomore.
I would say it looked like a Dak Prescott pass, but it's actually caught by us, or by their own team, and not somebody else.
Not the other team. 4:50 and rolling. Bradley going right down the middle, rises up. Couldn't really see where the goal was, and Bradley seems to be a little out of sort, maybe just fatigue after two long games.
She looks like she's tired right now. You know, and Range looks like they're not as quite as tired. They had the early game. They had the 9 a.m. game, so they had a little bit more time.
And the offensive foul is called. Charge taken, unsuccessful by Kilgore. And one thing to note, Coach Jenkins did say during the half of the first game, yeah, we do have the early game, so that could work in our favor. But on the opposite end, Coach, you're a baseball coach, so you should know better than anybody. Tournament times and times constantly being changed and sitting around for hours on end, that could definitely take a toll on you on the opposite effect.
I would rather have back-to-back games if I could, especially if you're hot, you want to stay hot. You get cold, you get you get complacent. If you're hot, stay hot. Keep playing.
Let's see if that really does have an effect on the Wildcats. Is now inbounding it in. Is over to J.C. Phillips. Get past her, the older sister, Jazzy. Two of the best name combinations I think I've seen in a basketball team. Jazzy and J.C. Phillips. As his Filson scoop layup's no good. Trying to stop the rebound. She does. Puts down two Tatum defenders. How did she do that?
She pulled it away from Scott, and Scott's strong. She's very strong in a big basket.
As now with it is Bradley after we take another look at the Filson layup. Skip pass into the corner. It's Rice for three. No good. Rebound Filson. Filson to JC into the open floor. Picked up by Halton and double team now. With it is Piles. Piles rises up. No good. Rebound made by Scott. It's 4-0. One foul to two. More fouls being assessed right now on the Eagles. 3.5 minutes left to go. Hooker bounce pass over to Bradley. She anticipates it. Guarded by Filson. As a pass is intercepted from Scott. It's in it for Scott. Kilgore comes up with it, but now it's Halton on the steal. The lay-in, it's good. And the Eagles are on the board. 3:10 left. It's 4-2. If only my golf score was this low.
I know.
Now the corner now. Kilgore fires for three. Can't get the shooters roll. It's in and out. Scott with another board. Bradley surveying the floor, looking behind her to her left and right. Kick to the corner. It's Price for three. No good. Side iron it off. And it was Jazzy Phillips who tried to get it. Yeah, it was a loose ball foul that's going to get charged to Halton. as Kenzie Thompson will check back in. It's Thompson, Piles, Philson, Phillips, and Phillips on the floor for Raines. Skip to the left side now. Philson will fire for three. Contested, no good. Rebound almost tipped and retrieved by Thompson. Now here's Bradley going the other way. 2:37 left. Goes up through traffic. Doesn't have a toe tag though. Does follow her own miss. Rises, counted on the foul and one.
Yeah,
Wow.
Jazzy got her on top of the head on that one for sure.
As we take another look, Bradley missing the first layup, stayed with it, through the contact, got the foul and tying things up. 2:31 left to go. Bradley, free throw shot is good. And that gives Tatum their first lead. Bradley, a 5'7", senior guard / forward, has made all district accolades at both the guard and forward spots. How versatile. On the run, great pass to Thompson. Thompson is good for two. Coach Nelson and company wanting a travel call. I'm not 100%. Coach, there's your favorite, like an old-fashioned gather step.
Yep. For sure. Well, I think that Tatum has finally found a team that can run with him.
Out of bounds. Probably with a little too much on it. As Raines will take possession back down by one. First time they've been down in this game. Phillips to Piles. Piles, quick tick. Kilgore for three. That's good.
Well, that was the first time that Tatum's been down the whole tournament.
Yeah, they have literally led wire to wire every single game. Whether it's Price. Price passes intercepted by Jazzy Phillips. What a snag. And an even better pass, but it can't be hauled in. Bradley will be the beneficiary of it. Just in the middle of the floor with 1:39 left to go. Getting tripped up, no foul call. Dangerous was that left knee. I thought she grabbed it for a second as they try to get it into Scott, but it's intercepted by Phillips again. That's Jazzy Phillips' fifth steal as Hooker turnaround off the takeaway is no good. Scott trying to get the rebound. Eventually does, but it's Phillips who comes away with possession with 1:20. 9-5. With it is Phillips going down the left lane, and Halton gets called for the block foul. I believe that's her second foul.
She had two quick fouls in the previous game.
Now it's 9-5. And a quick substitution. Saunders will check in for Halton. Saunders, a sophomore. He had another one of those underclassmen that are performing extremely well. 1:15. Swing to the right side to Piles. Piles, runner, no good. Filson almost coming away with it, but she was the last one to touch it. So it will be Tatum basketball.
See what Filson is all around the ball. If the ball goes up, she's around it somewhere.
She's doing it all. I mean, I think I even saw her try to shine up the floor before the games this morning. 1:07 left to go. Little yo-yo, back and forth, bounce pass now over to Bradley. It's Bradley hooking and Price to guards into the front court now. Price going through, draws the foul, and will head to the line to shoot two. Foul is charged to J.C. Phillips. I believe that's her second. That's only her first.
Oh, okay.
So Price is averted.
That's two on her. If there was to been two, that's big on J.C. Phillips because she's their point guard. She's their leader on the court.
Arguably the most vocal on the court. 56 seconds left. First free throw, rattles in good from Price. 56.7 seconds. Price locks and fires. Got it. Now it's a 2-point game. Inside of a minute. Phillips now in the middle of the floor to Piles. Piles to Kilgore. Kilgore to JC. To Filson. Filson head down straight to the cup. Can't get it to go. Scott snatches the rebound. It touches Price last. And no, it doesn't. It's Tatum ball. Let's take another look. Thankfully, once again, we have the beauty of instant replay.
Yeah, but
as it goes out of bounds.
Unfortunately, they haven't put review back in the high school ranks yet. Hopefully, they won't.
That's only in state championships for basketball and football at least. As Hooker will fire from downtown. Too much on it. Scott snatches it through. Rises up. Can't get it. Trying to collect her own rebound over her own teammate and does. And a reach foul will be called most likely on Filson. And it is indeed against Filson. And that's foul number 4 on the team. Both teams sitting at 4 fouls apiece. Thankfully, though, Coach, that's only Filson's first. A substitute coming in. They try to lob it to Scott. She can't get it. Follows it up, though. Second chance opportunity is no bueno. With it, it's Filson on the break. It's 3-on-2. Will keep it herself. Tries to granny it. No dice. With it, it's Bradley on the board. 14 seconds left. Time for one more solid shot. Skip to the corner. Hooker wide open for 3. No good. Side iron it off. Kilgore on the board. Kilgore taking her time. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, full court heave. Off the backboard, but no good. And that'll end the first quarter of this semifinal. It's all it's cracked up to be, folks. It's 9-7. The lowest scoring first quarter, all tournament long.
All tournament.
Hands down. Back in 30 seconds on the Antler Sports Network.
Everything. At Pelche Key and Tyler, we're tough, never quits.
Start of the second, just a couple of seconds away. It's Tatum and Raines in our first semifinal. Wow, what an event this has been. It'll be Jacksonville, Brook Hill in the second semifinal at 6 o'clock. So there'll be a gap that we will not have any broadcast for. We'll take a chance to lick our chops and kind of wind things down for the nightcap. But tomorrow, only game we have will be the Gold Bracket Championship. Second quarter set to begin. It'll be Raines basketball. Fresh 8 minutes around the clock, and here we go. Phillips looking over to the sideline to head coach Laura Jenkins.
Let's see if they try to slow it down a little bit.
Looks like trying to get into a half-court set. It's a swing. Now Jazzy over to JC. JC jab, trying to get Price jumping and does. Steps up into the corner now. Kilgore, she'll let one fly. She's already hit one, but couldn't hit that one, though. It's a rebound by Saunders and gives it over to Bradley immediately. 7:41. Here's Price. Price surveying the floor as we play 30 seconds in this second quarter. Price guarded by Paulson. Interestingly enough, Paulson is not being guarded by, well, Paulson is not guarding Bradley. Paulson is instead guarding Price as Bradley pulls, fires, no good, out of bounds. And Coach, I feel like the more this game goes on, it's just a sentiment that we've echoed every time we go to break. Both of these teams are tired and playing as sloppy as they've ever been.
They don't look like the same two teams that played earlier this morning.
No, not at all. That's what sitting around all day can do for you.
And it also may too be the caliber of team that you're playing.
Yeah. They get it to Jazzy Phillips. Jazzy far side to JC. Now Kilgore in the middle of the floor. Filson spins up and under, follow away, no good. Gets her on rebound, goes back up and finishes for 2. Now it's a Price. Eagles moving it up the floor. Mid-range jumper. Great shot, just couldn't hit it. Filson with the board. Now gets it over to JC. JC Phillips now from the left from the middle of the floor. Steps back now, resets. Pull it pass to the older sister Jazzy. 6:32 and counting. 6.5 minutes now. Trying to break down this Tatum zone. Really, it's not even a zone. Looks like just straight man once again with that help side. And Bradley swats it down. On the drive, it's Thompson. Thompson to Filson. Filson loses the handle, scoops, and will head to the line after drawing the shooting foul.
The thing about with Filson, she gets the ball, she's going to the hole. She's going to try to score.
That foul on Bradley is the first on the quarter. First on the quarter for the Eagles. And only the first on Bradley, thankfully, as Filson once again will head to the line. Has the mask up and throws it back down almost immediately. First free throw is no good. She went 1 for 3 from the line in their last contest. I wonder if she keeps the mask on, if she'll shoot better maybe. Maybe, you know.
Well, I mean, the player from Bay City has to tap her foot 6 times to make a free throw.
Yeah,
so.
5 times it's a miss, 7 times it's a miss. Athletes are very superstitious creatures. 6:13 after the split trip at the line. With it is Bradley. Bradley now over to Hooker. Hooker directing traffic, looking for the Scott screen. Gets it, steps up, wanted the 3 ball. Instead, gets blitzed, tapped out of bounds by Jazzy. And Tatum will keep it with 6 minutes left. V-cut now for Bradley to corral the inbound pass. Left side throw to Price. Price waiting for the motion. It's Scott. Scott to the right side to Bradley. Now it's Saunders. Saunders to Scott. To Price in the corner. Scott has it again. In the slot, she's getting relatively decent space from Filson. I wouldn't mind her taking that 3-point shot. She was 1 for 2 last game.
She was 1 for 2, but I don't think Coach Nelson really wants her outside shooting outside.
Hooker now over to Bradley. It's the longest possession Tatum has had all tournament long, and it gets snatched away by Jazzy Phillips. Phillips to Filson. Gets whacked.
No call.
Scott with a hard foul. I mean, if you're going to foul somebody, you need to find that nice little gray area between a flagrant foul and a hard foul where you won't be able to score.
They call no call. No foul. No foul. No foul.
Hate to sound like Tony Romo, but I don't know, Coach. I'm 50-50 there. 5:15 left to go. Filson jabs over to Jazzy. Jazzy goes baseline up and under. Can't get the layup to fall. Offensive rebound for Thompson. She falls through on the finish. And a timeout's going to get called by the Lady Eagles and Coach Nelson.
Coach Nelson's not happy right now.
It's a semifinal that's living up to the hype. Let's see who pulls away. 5:03 left to go after this up and under finish. Back after this on the Other Sports Network and ASN Radio.
Everything. At Pelche Kia and Tyler, we're tough, never quits.
This contest and all of our broadcasts in the Macy Chen Memorial Tournament are brought to you by Spartan Exteriors, official roofing company of the Antler Sports Network, ASN Radio, and AntlerSN.com. After Coach Phillips and company took their first timeout, 30-second timeout, wanted to talk things over. Coach, put on your coaching headset for a second and take off the broadcast one. What do you think was said by Coach Nelson in that huddle during that timeout?
She's telling her to take the shot. I heard her. She's telling her to take the shot. You had the shots open. You got to lay up. Take the shot. Rebound the basketball.
Let's see if they bring that to fruition after the deflection turnover from Price. With it is Jazzy with 4:36 left to go. It's a 7-point game. Phillips pulls for 3. In and out, no good. Rebound almost hauled in by JC, but it's out of bounds with 4.5 left to go.
Reigns is definitely crashing the boards.
Jazzy Phillips gets a much-deserved break. First time she sat on the bench today. As Caroline Piles, the junior guard / forward, will check in. As now, over to Hooker. Hooker takes off up the sideline to Saunders. Saunders travel. Yep, it was there because Scott cut at the perfect time right down the middle. There's too many extra steps as Relia Williams, the freshman, checks in. Big game for her as a freshman.
I'm putting my coaching hat back on again, Jared. Honestly, you got somebody who's, 6 foot, 6'1". You got to work the ball down low. Get Scott the ball. Get Kilgore and Jazzy possibly in foul trouble.
And not even necessarily just to make shots or to score, but just to wreak havoc. As Bradley, travel called, no foul.
He called the travel. Called a travel.
Take another look here on the drive. It was a hard lashing that was taken on the drive either way, and yep, that was indeed a travel. Great call by the official. 4-on-1 left to go in the second.
Again, if we're playing NBA rules, it's a foul. Well, maybe not even a foul, maybe just a block.
Maybe so, and a charge taken. There's a charge
That was a charge for sure. Great. That's the second one by Kilgore today, this game.
That's what we call a good old-fashioned pass and crash. Ball gets passed, doesn't mean you're not eligible to try to take a charge. Huge hit taken. And now gives Raines the basketball back. Pass is stolen away by Scott. Scott to the left side of the floor. Yep. Needs to find a way to get her the ball in the middle to collapse his defense and make him center towards her to kick because everyone else can shoot. Scott can even shoot.
Yes.
It's a handoff to Bradley. Bradley not a clean catch. Instead to Hooker steps back. Hooker had that injured ankle or that tweaked ankle according to head coach Patricia Nelson before that last game. She seems to be okay. Bradley on the runner. Roll off the glass. No good. Corrals it back though. Price gets it stolen. Only open break is Thompson. Thompson 2-on-1 break. The layup. It's good.
Yeah, Tatum is not used to this kind of pressure that they're being put on. They haven't had it all tournament.
Ball goes out of bounds, and then she will go back to Raines. And I mean,
you can see the frustration on the player's face. They're not used to the pressure that Raines is giving them.
16-7 our score. And this is a change of pace for Raines as well. I mean, typically they're 100% fast pace, but we've seen them slow down, get into half-court sets, and use inside-outside, especially with putting a post either on both of the elbows or one of the elbows, or right there in the middle of the free throw line at the nail. It's been inside-out pretty much majority of the game.
Well, they have hit 2 threes in this game before the halftime, before they did against Gorman. But the pressure defense is just smothering right now.
But Phillips couldn't finish the layup. Bradley crosses over into the open floor, has numbers. It's 4-on-3, goes up, gets walloped. No foul call, though, by the underside official. 2:32. With across the middle of the field, stepping on the field for the first time, it's going to be Butchu Gimba. Welcome back to the contest. JC fires long three, no good. Rebound Scott. Scott with a great pass to Hooker. It's 2-on-1. Hooker, layup, score, counter on the foul. Hooker went the length of the floor, had a possible pass, option 2 to her left side.
She was determined to take that to the hole herself. She was not stopping.
2:16 left to go. A chance for the Eagles to get into double digits. Make this a 2-possession game, and it's in. 16-10. The Lady Wildcats ain't out of the woods yet. That shooting foul charged against Thompson, her first. Kilgore to fire. No good. Back of the iron and off. It's to Scott. Scott corrals it. Picks up her dribble. She's going to let one go from 3. In and out. Almost
she thought it was the end. She was headed back down the court to play defense.
Yeah, it was a great shot. I mean, I'm not mad at a transition 3 if it's in that kind of situation. Minute 52. Skip to the far side. Now down low. And a foul is going to be called against Scott on Thompson. You see here, probably heard one of the Tatum fans across the far side expressing his dismay.
Either that, he thought it was Sunday morning early. He was going to start praying now. we are at a Catholic school, so
there is a church just a couple hundred feet away. As the ball rolls out of bounds, and it will stay with Tatum.
I think Mass was at 10 o'clock this one, though. It's not 3:30.
A little too late. It's now 3:30 in the afternoon. A little too late for Mass, I'd say.
But is it ever too late to ask for God's help? I don't think it is.
I don't think it is either. Hard to disagree with you there, my friend. Minute 35 into rolling. Whether it's Williams, who just recently checked in. Williams gets it immediately.
That pass was telegraphed. You can see it coming.
Yep. And a double dribble is called. Phillips. J.C. Phillips showing a little frustration of her own. And smart timeout called by Coach Laura Jenkins to try to corral the troops as the Tatum Eagles are slowly but surely trying to surge back into this thing. Minute 28 left to go. It's a full. Back in 60 seconds on the Antler Sports Network.
everything. At Pelche Key and Tyler, we're tough, never quits.
After the Reigns timeout, Tatum takes possession back, and now go the other way with it on the Wildcats after the Eagles give up possession and a follow-away layup for Kinsey Thompson. 1:15 remaining in the first half. Even though Reigns has pretty much controlled the lead for the majority of this game, I can't honestly and cleanly say that they've had momentum, Coach.
No, they haven't. They've taken advantage of the mistakes that Tatum has made.
On the layup for Riley, it's good. 6-point game with 50 seconds left now. J.C. Phillips has doubled at the timeline. 48 seconds now. Into the corner is Kilgore. Phillips steps in for three. In and out, no good. Rebound by Williams. 40 seconds left. 2-for-1 possibility here. As Hooker looking possibly going to pull up for three. She does. Follow Williams. Got it from downtown.
Just like that, Tatum's right back in it.
It's a one possession game for the first time since we were in single digits. 25 seconds now after the huge three. Phillips swings to Filson. Filson skip pass to Thompson now. Thompson looking for the screen, now gets it over to Kilgore, looking to respond. Got it!
And the foul.
Anything you can do, I can do better. 10.6 seconds left.
3-1, push, focus good.
As Kilgore has been money from outside this entire tournament. Continuing to show how. Foul is on Scott, that's her second.
The Tatum bench is not happy about that call.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, the main rule, especially since it's derived from the NFHS rule, you have to allow the shooter a chance to land.
Yes. And she did not give her a chance to land.
And we'll take a look at that in a second. Will the last 5 seconds of this quarter conclude? Hooker to respond again. Short. 1 second, and that will do it for the first half of play. Now, Coach, I want you to slide over here and take a look at the instant replay of that last foul call. We'll slow it down as well. As we see Scott coming up. No, boxed out. Looks like she tried to box out before she even came down. I don't know, Coach. I'm not 100% sure.
I think it was a lot of...
Because we see that left foot, it's already grounded. NFHS rules state that a shooter has officially landed when 1 foot is on the ground.
So how much of that is acting? If it's acting, it's a great job.
I don't know, because Scott is already engaged around the back, as you can see, boxing out and pushing backward along Kilgore, but that left foot was down first.
I don't know. That's real time. It's hard to tell. We slow it down. We have the advantage of slowing it down.
Yeah, indeed we do. We also have the advantage of taking a break and trying to collect our thoughts. It's halftime. 15-21. Reigns trying to fend off the Eagles. Back in 3 minutes on the Antler Sports Network and AntlerSN.com.
Give it everything. At Pelche Key and Tyler, we're tough, never quits.
Marco's craving hits, it really hits. And with unlimited medium one-topping pizzas for $6.99 each, I can cover tonight's cravings and tomorrow's. Nice. Marco's. Pizza lovers, get it. Feast your eyes on Marco's Pepperoni Magnifico. Fresh dough made daily, topped with our signature sauce. 3 real cheeses, classic pepperoni, plus crispy cupped Old World pepperoni. Pure pepperoni perfection for just $9.99, but for a limited time only.
Give it everything. At Pelche Key and Tyler, we're tough, never quit.
Coming out of the break, Tatum with the opening possession. That possession ended up being squandered, Jared Jones. The coach, Coach Bright, baseball by day, clock operator by night, and broadcaster by afternoon.
No, I didn't do the clock. I was just the announcer. I'm not sponsored to do clock. They
You
don't put
haven't ran the clock this entire tournament?
I'm not going
I find that hard to believe. You've done everything else here.
I let the softball coach and football coach do that. Now athletic director's doing it. So
On the follow-away jumper to start the half is Piles for 2 more. Now, one thing is interesting, Coach. Right before the second half began, they were still talking about that three-point foul shot.
yes,
That jump shot on Scott.
they were.
I mean, understandably so. It was a very 50-50 call as the 3 ball is no good from Haltom.
Well, we actually had the
We had the
ability-
replay.
Yeah, we had to be able to look at the replay, slow it down, and look at it, and it could go either way. I mean,
it looked like she had already concluded her landing.
I think Scott was just trying to block her out.
Foul on Tatum's. Halton, that's her 3rd. Top of the key again, it's no good. From Knight, or from Kilgore, excuse me. With it is Hooker. Hooker probably going to pull up and let this one fly. She does straight away. No good, short. Rebound by Harris. She goes back up, and it's good. Haven't said her name in a while.
She hasn't been in a while. She was out. I don't know if that knee was giving her problems, but she didn't play a lot the second quarter.
So we're taking a close look at her to see how she moves on it. And this one is stolen away by Bradley. Harris comes up with it. Now it's Scott Bobble. No, going the other way with it is going to be Kilgore. Kilgore on the drive. Offensive foul. Pass and crash from Bradley. There it is again. The pass and crash. One of the oldest tricks in the book.
And if you watch that one in replay, there was a lot of action going on there as far as, that's close to being Oscar Award winning right there.
Yep, on that last charge, it was Kilgore with her 2nd personal foul. As now Filson checks in exchange for Piles. One thing about this Reigns team, Coach, I don't know if you noticed or not, this rotation has been sliced in half.
It has. They're going, 2 or 3 players, and that's it. So far, I've seen nothing but Filson come in.
To me, that's deep state tournament pedigree. When you get to big games like this at the end of tournaments, when you just need the 5 best players on the floor.
Yep.
Filson skips over. Long 3. It's out of the rim, no good. Rebounded by J.C. Phillips. Jazzy Phillips got poked in the eye. An official's timeout gets called.
Yeah, they're going to take her out to check.
Maybe so.
I don't think Jazzy wants to come out.
I don't know if she can see enough to.
She may not have a
Reviewed it.
choice.
She doesn't just poke herself.
She does come out.
You hear Coach saying she doesn't just poke herself in the face.
Yeah, now Mucha Gimba will check back in. Crossover from Hooker. Hooker had a defender along the left side of her hand ready to peel. Did end up deflecting it. And it's out of bounds. .550 left to go in the 3rd. 23-17. High arcing pass by Thompson. Somehow hauls it in with one hand. Now to Filson. Swing over to Phillips. Filson. Guarded by Scott. Heading downhill. Skip pass goes off the side of the rim. Corralled by Scott. Scott's going to try to carry it herself up the floor. Haltom quick 3. It's in, but hit the top of the scaffold, so it is no good. Man.
If it wasn't for bad luck, she wouldn't have any. That was a great shot.
Stolen away by
pass.
Harris. I think that knee just might be okay. Haltom's going to try her luck again for another 3. Not the same luck this time, though. As it's out of bounds, both Harris and Thompson clash into one another. Harris seems to be a tad bit limber on that knee again. But it is Tatum ball, though.
I think that knee's giving her problems. I think that she's slowing her down. You couldn't tell it.
Well, it is Hooker. One thing about Filson, her anticipation on defense is spot on. Here's Haltom. Haltom. And a foul is going to get called on J.C. Phillips. She's not happy about it at all, but from our
3 on her.
Yeah, from our angle, Coach, that seemed like a pretty clear-cut foul.
Yeah, she definitely had hold of her arm. She had in a Ronda Rousey arm bar, it looked like.
Ronda Rousey arm bar. Did you watch the Paul Tyson fight? Speaking of fighting?
Well, was that a fight, or it looked like a,
like a slow dance? Good night. Looked like they were 2 guys at the prom or something. And Scott goes up and gets fouled and will have a line to shoot 2.
Well, they did go get Tyson out of the nursing home before they fight, so.
I still will never understand why a 28-year-old man thinks it's okay to fight somebody who gets a free drink at Whataburger just because of his age. I don't get it. I genuinely don't understand. It's one of the pressing questions of our time.
Well, he wants to fight Pacquiao now. Well,
Oh, God. Right. Scott on the line. Knocks down the first one. That foul against Presley Kilgore is her 3rd. So that's 2 big pieces with 3 fouls a pop. Kilgore comes out. Piles will check in.
That could be huge in the 4th quarter. You got 2 of the top 5 players in foul trouble early in the 3rd.
Scott short, rebound by Harris. Harris will go up, falls on that knee, pops right back up though. Foul is going to be charged against Filson.
That's her second.
Yeah, that's her second and the team's 4th. And that's a lot of basketball left with 4:44 left to go in the 3rd.
And as aggressive as both of these teams are, that's a lot of basketball left.
Free throw from Harris. Back iron, no good.
And something I've seen in this game is that Tatum has they've missed quite a few free throws. They didn't do that in the first game.
That screams fatigue to me.
Exactly.
Second free throw, no good. Didn't even hit the rim. And it looks like a possible foul. Yep.
Off the ball.
It's a block foul.
That's 3 on Filson now.
Wilson has 3 fouls.
Yeah, 15 foul, 5, shooting 2.
And yep, you heard their official. That's 5 fouls. That'll now send Tatum to the line.
It was the rest of the offensive foul.
But yeah, the next foul will send him to the line for the rest of the way.
Right.
This is where things get interesting. Hooker for 3. Back iron off. Rebound Bradley. Bradley spins. Rises. Heck of a block from Knight. Great anticipation. And a foul is going to be called against Harris.
That's frustration foul there. She was frustrated underneath. She pushed underneath. She got away with it. She came back, pushed that one.
Yep, didn't get away with it twice. So that's the second foul on the team. And that's the 3rd on Harris, Coach. That's another important play for either team with 3 fouls. Jazzy, swing, left side to Muchagimba. Opposite to Jazzy now.
And Scott got away with one there. Looked like a hand in the back.
This game has slowly but surely turned more and more into just a good old-fashioned trench war.
I hate to say it, but I've seen more punches thrown this one than I did the Tyson fight.
A lot cheaper, too, to get in. On the corner, 3-ball, top sink. Go!
That's going to quiet the crowd a little bit on the Tatum side. But there's Scott coming right ball.
Can't get it. Harris on a follow-through. She gets fouled. Foul is going to be charged. Looking to see. That's going to be against number 13, Emma Knight. That's only her 2nd. But we see, even into the bench, foul slowly but surely trying to pile up for both teams.
Yes.
Harris knocks down the first.
And Harris is not the one you want on the free throw line. She doesn't miss very many there.
85% so far in the tournament. Second free throw. It's good. First foul on Thompson. 6-point game. Back to a 2-possession game for the first time since the first quarter. On the drive, it's Piles. Piles out of bounds. Tatum ball. And now a chance to bring things down to 1 possession.
That's the Tatum pressure that we talked about earlier in the game that they got away from, and Range was able to take advantage of it. Now the pressure's starting to come back to Tatum.
Coach Nelson urging her team to stay calm and stay composed. 3:52 and counting. Clock is stopped, but it's back going now. Stop for a couple of seconds, but it flipped. Harris on the drive. Rises, fall away. Got it for 2! What a shot. 4-point game. Now we see who's controlling momentum as the Eagles slowly soaring back into this one. On the sideline, falling out of bounds. Hooker has it. It's a jump ball. Arrow is going in favor of the Lady Wildcats. So a quick chance to breathe and try to slow yourselves down. For Reigns, and now a substitution coming into the game as Presley Kilgore comes back. Piles will check out.
But here's the thing, Kilgore's got to be careful. She's got 3. She's got 3 fouls on her. She's got to be careful here.
I wonder what defense they're going to try to put him in, because a man-to-man definitely puts you in a pretty exposed position. As Jazzy now kicks free throw line to Kilgore. Kilgore tonight for 2, no good. Not taking it to falling. Jazzy's there with the right notes from the bucket. 6-1 game. 3-10. Hooker for 3. Back iron her off. Rebound collected almost by Hosa Wildcats, but it's Emma Knight who comes away with it. Over to JC. JC gets it deflected by Harris. Harris on the 3-on-2 break. Tatum back to Harris. Rises. Layup's no good. Tries to fight through, and a foul is called as she falls. If that's against Harris, that's bad news. And yes, it is. It is against Harris. That's foul number 3 on the team. As now it's going to be Price who will check in.
That's 4 on Harris.
Pass is well outside, however, hauled in by Thompson. Thompson back into the center of the floor to Kilgore to Jazzy. Ball hasn't hit the ground once, just simply moving the ball. Ball still hasn't hit the ground once. This possession has gone on for around 20 seconds already. JC, corner 3, no good. But how about that? A great shot, Coach. Ball never hit the ground.
Never touched the ground. Never touched the ground.
Hooker, finds Price. Straight by, can't get the layup to go. Rebound brought down by Jazzy. And now the tension starting to mount as Sia Madad. Bounce pass, head fake. It's good for 2.
Timeout Tatum.
Yep, Coach Nelson wanted to talk things over, and we'll take it with her. What a game. 2:10 left to go. Tatum still trying to call their way into this one. 30-second timeout. Back in the same amount of time on the Antler Sports Network.
Everything. At Pelche Kia and Tyler, we're tough, never quits.
After Coach Nelson called the timeout, the Tatum Eagles looking at something going on the offensive side of the ball, and most importantly, try to string together a couple of stops. Jared Jones, Coach Bright, happy to be with you in a game that has already become a game of the weekend. We still have another quarter.
Oh yeah, this thing here is a semifinal game. I can't imagine what the championship game will look like.
The winner of this game will take on the winner of Brick Hill and Jacksonville, and it's stolen by Jazzy. Bradley gets on the floor for it. Halton, step pass, Hooker for 3. Side iron, no good. Scott taps it, however, it's rebounded by Thompson. Thompson going the other way, has numbers. Goes up, Hooker hand low. I believe it was going to be on her, and indeed it is. That's foul number 5 for Tatum.
5 or 4?
I believe that's 5, and it is 5. Reigns has 4 fouls. Tatum has 5. That's the first foul on Hooker, thankfully. First free throw is good.
The thing about Hooker is Hooker's definitely going to shoot the 3. You got to keep your hand in your face, because she can turn the game around in a hurry just by hitting the 3s.
She's a lot like Sewell for Bay Area Christian, as a threat to fire literally at any given moment. Second free throw. In and out, no good. As Scott seems like she might have got tugged a little bit and almost still came away with the rebound. Hooker, there she is again for 3. Well off, though, as JC almost came up with a board. Now, at what point do you go from shooters shoot to be smart?
Now, I mean, it's 31-22. You got to claw your way back into it. You know, the one thing I always tell my baseball team is when you're down, how do you eat an elephant? You eat the elephant one bite at a time. You don't do it all at once.
You can't put it all on a couple pieces of bread and just eat it all as one sandwich.
You can't.
At least I don't think you can. I don't know. 1:22 and rolling. 31-22 our score in the third quarter. The semifinal. Winner takes on either Brookhill or Jacksonville. J.C. Phillips, skip pass. Down low, looking for Thompson. Thompson drives, and a blocking foul is called. I believe that's on Scott. And yes, it is on Scott. Either way, that'll send Raines to the line.
Is that her third?
I believe that's her third. Now both teams sitting in the bonus the rest of this quarter with 1:09 remaining. That's her third foul. First free throw is good from Thompson.
We definitely have some foul trouble on both sides of the ball, on both teams right now. Both sides of the ball. I did the old football reference again. Offense and defense. Sorry about that. If anybody's listening.
It's all right. We know you're a football coach, but it's also been a long day.
It's been a long day. Coach Prime wouldn't be happy with me if I heard me.
Nah, he'll be all right. He'll get over it. He's got enough money. 10-point game after that last free throw. 1:09. Second shot. It's good. 1:08.
A lot of time left in the third quarter, and they're both teams now in the bonus.
With it is Price. Price looking to get downhill. Has it to Haltom. Great skip pass to Hooker. Hooker, Euro runner, no good. Not mad at the shot, though, especially since she's taking mostly threes. Keep defense on their toes to get downhill on her. Bradley steps back to Haltom. Bounce pass to Hooker. Hooker, jab, drive, rise, gets the foul. And there it is. I mean, we've seen her shoot threes pretty much all day. I believe that's the only field goal she has taken today. Now getting downhill. Got defenders to jump not only once, but twice. Shooting foul is going to be called on Knight.
Well, here's the thing, too, is that coming to fourth quarter, she continues to do that now. They start sagging off. She hits her threes.
Free throw is missed by Hooker. Keeps things at 11.
Scott getting a much-needed time break right here.
Also Jazzy as well, so that's definitely something to watch. Arguably the two best or most important players on the floor currently sitting on their respective benches for the last possible minute for the fourth quarter push. Second free throw is missed. Not an empty trip you wanted. Rebound by O'Neal. 35 seconds. Halton reaches, no foul call though. Filson drives, goes up, got it for two.
Oh, and Tatum turns it over.
And out of bounds.
Nobody blocking down, and Tatum turns it over.
Have mercy. 22.7 seconds left, and the Tatum Eagles now trying to keep things from unraveling here with plenty of basketball left. In the corner is Filson. 17 seconds left. Thompson swings to O'Neal. And a foul is called on Halton.
There's three on Halton as well.
I'm not too sure about that being
with 12 seconds left, she's just playing defense.
And now she has to come out, at least temporarily. First free throw is good from O'Neal. That is, to me, that's 50-50. I don't want to say tic-tac for...
I will. That's tic-tac. Is one of my concern. If I'm a coach, I'm thinking it's been a lot worse all day. The whole game, and nothing's been called.
Now with it is Price. 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Gotta shoot it. Bradley fires in time, and it's no dice. We're heading to the fourth. What a game. 8 more minutes to decide who will have a date with destiny. Back in 1 minute on the Antler Sports Network. You're watching the Macy Tournament Memorial Tournament presented by Spartan Exteriors, the official roofing company of the Antler Sports Network. quarter is over. We now head to the fourth. Final 8 minutes of the semifinal. That has been worth the price of admission, a tip, tax, and a little bit on the side. 37-22. However, don't let the score fool you. Tatum has not gone away this entire game. The closest they've been was a 2-point lead. At one point, the largest lead was held by Reigns with 6, and it's a reach across the body. Foul is going to be called on Price. First on Tatum already as we wait for the scoreboard to display how many she has on her person. That's only her first foul, thankfully.
Well, I don't think Tatum's going to go away. They're not going to go away.
No.
They're going to, you're going to have to. Reigns has got to keep the pressure up.
Shot missed. J.C. Phillips comes up. One thing to note, Jazzy Phillips is still on the bench, not at the scores table to check in just yet. As with it is Hooker. Hooker over to Bradley now. Bradley is guarded by Piles, not a Price. Price, dribble drive, hand off to Hooker. Hooker sidesteps. Back over to Price again. Tatum on the motion now, looking for some kind of an opening crease. Honestly, Coach, I don't know about you. I say give Bradley room and let her go to work.
Oh, yes, you have to. I mean, you got to let Bradley do what she does. That's what they're doing now.
Gets downhill, runner, no good, but a solid shot, though. Presley Kilgore on the board. I mean, if she takes one more step closer to the rack, she might have possibly drawn a foul there.
Yes. And especially with the way the referees are calling it tight, there's a three-point ball right there. Great shot by Reigns from the corner.
It's Piles from downtown. The lead expanding, 40-22. On the back tap, it's Hooker still keeping possession, and it will be with Scott now. Hooker, long three to keep him alive. No, it's off. As we approach 6.5. J.C. Phillips now, throw, it's good.
Timeout, Lady Eagles.
Timeout, Tatum once again. Reigns with an exclamation point. With 6:26 left to go, it's a full back in 1 minute.
Everything. At Pelche Key and Tyler, we're tough, never quits.
Fourth quarter, 6:26 left to go. Reigns slowly but surely trying to pull away, trying to keep Tatum at bay. 42-22. Jared Jones, the coach, Coach Blank from Mitchell Gorman, head coach of their baseball program. Happy to be joining you tonight for late this afternoon as Scott gets tied up. Scott gets tied up with Kilgore. They both share a little smile and disperse. Don't know if that was trash talk or...
No, they wasn't. She was actually holding her up so she wouldn't fall on the floor.
Love to see it. As you noted during the break, Coach, Harris is back onto the floor with 4 fouls.
Yeah, in that situation, you've got to have your best player on the court when you have a chance. And you've got Scott and Harris out there. Harris is very aggressive. Try to get a spark for the Lady Eagles.
Now, if I'm Coach Jenkins and company, I'm running a pick and roll to whoever she's guarding. It's not even a question.
Oh, no, yeah, you've got to go right after her. But it looks like to me Coach Jenkins is trying to put is running their stall right now. The open shot by
Wilson knocks it down for 3. Huge 3 from the sophomore.
Well, I want to tell you right now, I've seen her play in 3 games now, and by far she is the best player off the bench that I've seen all year. I mean, all weekend.
She's better than 60% of the starters we've seen. And she comes off the bench for this team.
Yes.
If that ain't state caliber, I don't know what it is.
Well, that just shows you how deep that Reigns is.
bit of a miscommunication there as Harris takes a screen. Follow-away jumper from Hooker. A little contact, no call though. J.C. Phillips on the board. Throw across court is over to Thompson. Thompson directing traffic. Kick to the corner. Kilgore for three. Way off as we cross 5 minutes. Bradley behind the back dribble. Guarded by JC. Charge almost taken. Scott, short little jumper. She can't get it though. And an over the back call is going to be made. That's against Kilgore.
That's either 3 or 4 against her. I think it's 4 against Kilgore.
The ball's in the air. They both have a right to it. She just
That's the first foul in the quarter. Scoreboard says 0-2, but the number is 2-0. That's her second foul, from what I heard. As Harris under the basket, too much mustard on it. Got to be careful though, and eventually clears out. Foul
It's on
going to be
Harris.
called.
Is it on Harris? Yep.
That's 12.
foul on Harris.
That's it.
That's it.
And that will do it.
Great effort. Great effort. Great
Fantastic effort.
You know, I had an old coach tell me once before, you know, you got 5 fouls. If you stay in the game, the whole game means you didn't do nothing.
Yep. Especially if you don't get a couple of hard fouls out there. I mean, it's not football, but still. Corner three, no good. Rebound brought down by Williams. Williams manning the break, has numbers. Euro step, can't get it though. It's a fantastic move, just couldn't finish it.
Rain's still looking to push the ball. There's Filson again.
Filson once again. Wow.
The game has definitely turned in a hurry. It wasn't just, you know, in the third quarter, it was a 6-point ball game.
Yeah, third quarter, it was a one-possession game. It was a 1-point and 3-point game.
Yeah, you're right.
But it was the last minute or so of the third and the first couple of minutes of this fourth. That's like almost 3 completely different games in one.
Absolutely.
So when people tell you that basketball is about storytelling, they ain't lying. Skip pass to Phillips. JC from downtown. Back iron. Can't get the shooter's roll. Filson going up through contact. No good. Scott. Great leeway pass to Hooker. It's 2-on-2. On the finish. Can't get it. Hooker took a lick on the way down. 47-24. No loose ball foul called though. As rising up, can't get the layup to go. It's Kilgore. However, on the finish on the fall away is Thompson. 49-24. Almost doubling them up, and there it is. Coach, this is your fault. This is all your fault. I want everyone that's watching to understand right now that this is your fault.
Well, I bring great things to the broadcast.
Including wedgies for no reason.
And now I have to use a crutch to get it out with.
You're a wedgie magnet?
I am a wedgie. I used to be a wedgie man when I was in school. I used to make sure my friends got wedgies all the time.
That's Presley Kilgore. Fouls out of the game. First free throw from Bradley is no good.
Meet your pass. Ari, you're in.
Quick substitution.
Hooker coming out.
Arguably the best shooter on the floor and steps out of the game.
Well, let me just ask you this. You look at the score, they're up by 15. Is Coach Nelson getting some rest for the next game?
I don't know. Third place game for the loser. Winner takes on either Jacksonville or Brook Hill. Kick out. J.C. Phillips for the dagger. Short, well off. 3:09 left to go. The follow away is good. And it's Jazzy on the return.
Well, J.C. tell you she made that pass. It was a pass and not a shot, but it was definitely a shot.
Well, Noah's not here doing stats now, so he ain't going to be able to break the tie. On the far side, it's going to be Halton who tried to keep it in bounds and does. Williams, and now over to Price to reset. Bounce pass to Scott. Scott to Bradley. Bradley gets it deflected, and it's going to be Rain's basketball with 2:36 left to go.
And Coach Nelson is not happy. She's just shaking her head as she's walking down.
Just pacing. It's like when your parents take a look at your report card that you've been trying to hide, and they finally get eyes on it. High arcing pass is over to The far side for Thompson. Thompson bounce pass to JC. JC to Jazzy. Jazzy to pull for three. Can't get the shooter's roll. Rebound is brought down by Bradley, though. And she does draw a foul.
My parents would have that look when they seen something good on it, not when they seen something. They used to see something bad. When they saw something good on it, they said, "Wow, that's impressive."
You weren't the smartest cookie in the jar, Coach?
I wasn't. No, I graduated in the top 10% of my class, though, or the bottom half. But yeah, so top 10% of the bottom half.
Yeah, I mean, still 10%. 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here.
Elevator don't go all the way to the top.
A couple slices of bread short of a sandwich.
For sure.
I'm out of metaphors. For once, I'm out of metaphors. Typically, I'd have one. 2:18 left.
The light is on, but nobody's home.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Light is on, but nobody's home. That's a classic. 51-24. All the lights are on here, indoors. And it's a beautiful day for basketball. Temperature outside sitting at about 65 degrees and clear.
It was 31 this morning.
Yeah.
It was nice and cool.
Don't remind me. Gotta love Texas weather, ladies and gentlemen.
31 for basketball and 80 for football.
Thankfully, I'm indoors for both of them. And Scott, follow-away jumper is good. Clanking off the back of the rim.
That's what I wish that Tatum would have done the whole game. Get the ball down low to Scott and work the ball inside, and they didn't do that.
Especially if they don't have either of the Phillips sisters on them. I feel like those are really the main two that should have been guarding. And the three ball! That might be the dagger. With a minute 50 left. Price over to Bradley. Bradley steps through, kick to the corner, it's out of bounds.
Take one. Emma, take one. Annie, take 10. Annie, take 10. Annie.
As now Bradley to inbound. Go ahead, Coach.
You talk about depth as far as some of the teams having depth. Reigns for sure has depth because the Reigns player that hit the three, she came off the bench
multiple times
to come right in and hit and be productive.
I mean, that's what happens when you have a team of this caliber, especially with not even regional tournament aspirations, but state tournament aspirations. To get to San Antonio in those final couple days, you have to have depth. You have to have grit. You have to have heart, and both of these teams have shown that here. As JC on the drive, and no dice. However, over the back foul is going to be called against Knight. That's foul number 4 on the team.
It's 3 on her.
Third foul. Well, Coach, I think it might be too little, too late for the foul trouble game to really come back to bite any team. Kick to the corner. Bradley for 3. Back iron, no good.
We forgot to start the clock there. We had about 5 seconds of free basketball.
Hey, I'll take free basketball, and a free layup will be taken by Pushota for 2. 30-point game with a minute left. Bradley fighting through the double team. Gets a seal from Scott Rises and draws the foul. Well, less than a minute left.
All he saw was this.
That's 5 fouls now on Reigns. So for what it's worth, Tatum will shoot 2 the rest of the way.
I don't think Tatum should not hold their head at all in this game.
No. I mean, they ran into a buzzsaw.
They did. Reigns is, what I've seen so far, Reigns has got the best team in the tournament.
Block out, Annie.
Not to mention, both of these teams are participating in the Tenaha Holiday Hoops Tournament that will be broadcasted by the Antler Sports Network. So you never know. They may meet again. Throw to the far side, 56-27.
And I'll be surprised if they don't meet in the playoffs somewhere.
Oh, they definitely will. And it will be probably as entertaining as this game has been. As Haltom on the open break, drives, layup, counted on the foul. And it's plays like that as to why if you're a Tatum Eagle player or a fan, you have no reason to hang your head.
Absolutely.
Because you played every single minute of this contest.
Absolutely. And that's what you love to see. You're getting beat by, 15, 16, 17 points.
Doesn't matter.
But you're not stopping. You're continuing to play.
Free throw's good from Haltom. 56-30 the score. 30 seconds remaining. As right now, the Reigns Lady Wildcats can slowly but surely exhale a huge sigh of relief as they survive the number 9 team in the land 20 seconds left, and a foul's going to be called on Scott. I thought that was a block from this side, Coach. What do you think?
I mean, at this point, I'm not going to say anything because it's hard to tell. To me, I mean, it's a block.
That's a great non-answer,
It's a
Coach.
ball.
I'll give you that. That is a PR firm
I'm
level
trying
answer.
to be political correct, Jared.
And you're doing a great job. I'll give you that. That's a great non-answer. Kudos to you. Second shot rolls in. 57-30. Skip pass to Price. Price double team. Both teams still playing like it's tied 0-0 with 13 seconds left in the fourth, let alone 57-30. Bradley fires for three. He's got it.
Again, we talked about earlier, just letting Bradley get the ball and do her thing, and that's what she does.
Yep, 2 seconds, 1 second, and that will do it. The Rains Wildcats survive, the number 9 team in the land. Our final score. And heading to the championship, the Rains Wildcats 57, the Tatum Eagles 33. We'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll try to get Coach Jenkins and wrap a bow on this semifinal match and get you ready for game number. Final score of our first semifinal. We thought it was going to be game of the night, and pretty much was. Our final, the Rains Lady Wildcats moving to a record of 5-1, taking down the number 9 team in the land, the Tatum Lady Eagles. With us, head coach Laura Jenkins. Coach, we've seen pretty much every single game your team has played. Where does this stack up, minus the fact that its placement on the bracket is in the semifinal, in terms of play?
I thought they played a very solid game. You know, we want to always control the tempo, and you're never going to play a perfect game. And we just try to preach to our girls, have perfect effort. And I think their effort, you've got to see it.
Yeah.
What do you think? Pretty good?
I mean, I feel like it's a pretty good effort. You didn't leave the effort in Lake Fork. You left three-point shooting, sure.
Oh, yeah,
but not
yeah.
the effort.
I know.
But although you play against the number 9 team in the state, both teams, both yours and Coach Nelson's, with regional and state tournament aspirations, to be able to play this early on, not only a possible chance to even meet in Tenaha as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
Is there a bit of a rivalry that may or may not be building here?
I think it's a new one. Yeah, absolutely. She's done a great job over there. It's a lot of commitment to stay somewhere. You know, the new thing to do is to hop around, and she stayed there and has stayed loyal to Tatum and done a great job building that program and working her butt off. And we've done the same thing here at Rains, trying to build our name and make a statement when we go play anybody who's in front of us.
Now, Coach, one thing, and I know me and Coach Bright both noticed for both teams, the early missed free throws.
Yeah.
The pressing that kind of subsided for a little bit. Was that just fatigue from both ball clubs, or what do you think?
Yeah, that's the cool part about tournament play is these girls get to really test their bodies. And both of us had already played. It's a long day. You left early in the morning. Kind of see what happens when these girls have to dig down deep. And they did a really good job. You know, we base our careers on teenage girls, and I don't know who would do that, but you got a lot of high school coaches that choose to do that. So they're fun to watch.
Well, Coach, congratulations. Best of luck in the championship. We'll see you at 6 o'clock tomorrow.
Yes, we'll see you. You get to watch some more, but we're going to sleep in a little bit.
I wish I could sleep in, but no rest for the weekend, I guess.
All right. Thank y'all very much.
Thank you.
We appreciate everything.
Congratulations, Coach. We'll take one more short break. When we come back, we'll try to get a quick word out of Tatum head coach Patricia Nelson. The Lady Wildcats of Rains defeating the Lady Eagles 57-33. Back in 3 minutes on the Antler Sports Network. Postgame continues after this.
Pell, Shaky, and Tyler were tough, never quits.
Once again, our final in the semi. Lanes Ready Wildcats defeating the Tatum Lady Eagles 57-33. With us, head coach Patricia Nelson. Coach, we have had a lot of discussions after a lot of games, all of them wins, except for today. It was a rough win. However, at one point, it was like both teams had finally settled into the fact that it's day 2 of a long tournament. We talked with Coach Jenkins, talked about free throws being missed early on, presses being broken early on. Was that a big factor in it, just both teams being deadbeat tired?
I would say yes on my end because I only have 6 that I really can depend on right now just because I moved up some younger kids and we hadn't had any time to practice. So everything that we've been doing the last 2 days has been just going off of guts and heart, and I'm proud of them either way. But we got to do those little things. We didn't make layups like we should. We turned the ball over too much, and we got in foul trouble. So now here we are back to playing those kids with no experience. And Reigns went to the state championship last year, to the state tournament. So, I mean, they're seasoned, and they beat us. I mean, they did what they were supposed to do.
But, I mean, that just adds to the fact that even though you have the team, there's kids you called up, half of them from volleyball haven't really been on a basketball court, played one game and bounced straight into a tournament. And then the second day, Friday afternoon, you're playing a state championship team, and you hung with them for 2.5 quarters.
They did. I think we got tired after halftime, and kids discussed it because, again, we were in foul trouble, and you're asking kids to do things that they don't know how to do yet. And they became frustrated, and we're going to go home and get us something to eat, go cheer our boys on tonight as they play Kemp. And it's just one game. It's not a district game. These games prepare you for district, and so we're going to take it for that, watch it, and learn from it.
Now, finally, Coach, you might be able to see him one more time in Reigns. I already asked Coach Jenkins, and she said yes. Is this kind of like a new brewing kind of rivalry, for lack of a better term?
Well,
what do you say?
I hope not.
Oh, come on.
I truly hope not. Not until we're ready, if that makes sense. Tenor Hall is in the last part of December, and hopefully by then we put some things together, put some pieces and parts together, and at least give them a better game than we did. Like you said, we hung with them for a half, but you got to play 2 halves.
Yeah.
Same thing yesterday. We played a good first half against Central Heights and had to hang on. So, again, I'm proud of them, and nothing to hang my head about. We going to, like I said, get back in the gym and get better.
Won't expect anything less from you, Coach. Congratulations, and
Thank you.
Go get them for the third-place game tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
Pleasure as always speaking with Tatum head coach Patricia Nelson. We're going to take one more time out, back in 30 seconds to put a bow on tonight in the semifinal.
Give it everything. At Pell, Shaky, and Tyler, we're tough, never quits.
Once again, our final in the semi. The Reigns Lady Wildcats will move on to play our final game tonight. The winner of our final game tonight between Jacksonville or Brook Hill. They defeat the Tatum Lady Eagles in the semi 57-33. That'll do it for Coach Bright, for our statistician / camera operator / good old-fashioned Swiss Army knife, Noah Raditz, and the rest of the ASN crew, including our executive producer, Justin Jackson, back at our Houston ASN studios, making all the right things happen behind the scenes. I'm Jared Jones saying so long. We'll see you back here at 6. Once again, our final Reigns 57, Tatum 33. This presentation and all broadcasts of the Macy Chen Memorial Tournament are brought to you by Mitchell Corman Athletics and Spartan Exteriors, official roofing company of the Antler Sports Network.